Welcome to Graham, Texas, in Young County, home of the world's largest downtown square. Trey's Chowdown Live is on location this week to discuss a beautiful hotel and the happenings in Graham. Welcome to the beautiful Middleton Hotel in downtown Graham, Texas. Season 5 of Chefs, Deliciousness, and Cocktails starts right now. Woo!
Hey everybody, it's Trey for Trey's Chowdown Live. We're here at the Middleton Hotel in beautiful downtown Graham, Texas, to interview the owners of the hotel and the food and beverage program. So here we go. Matt, owner of the Middleton Hotel.
Yes.
Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for doing this. This is great.
Awesome. And then Eleanor, middle sister, and the culinary program.
Nice. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. So this hotel, the first time I saw it, I fell in love with it. From the outside, I hadn't even seen the inside. And I just knew it had to be really cool on the inside. Tell me how the hotel came about, how the dream came about, and how it all took place in steps.
It started about a year and a half ago. I've been on a board, economic development board, for a long time, and Graham needed hotel space. We needed just more hotel rooms, and these properties were available. And a business partner of mine, Griffin Phillips, and I got together and we kind of came up with the idea and pursued it, and this is what we came up with.
Well, it had to be a serious dream, because when you said the property was available, I mean, it wasn't usable for anything. You had to really go to town on it. So
yes.
How did you pick this particular building to do that?
This is the best part of our square, I feel like. These two properties, there was a building next to us that burned down, right, and this building had been vacant for about 8 years. And so I walked into it and I kind of got hit with some inspiration and kind of visualized what I thought it could be, and then kind of put, pencil to paper and kind of, monetized it and try to come up with a plan that we could turn a profit, and this is what we came up with.
It was financially viable too.
That was a big part of it. I own an insurance company here in town too, and so this was something I was really passionate about, really excited about. It was something that I got to use my creative outlet a little bit that I don't get in any of the other business ventures I've really done, and so it was something that was really exciting to me, and so awesome. We pursued it. It was great.
Awesome. So I'm gonna. You also have the culinary program, the middle sister, which I've already had. First time I came out here, I had Pam. Had a bunch of stuff out there for me. It was absolutely wonderful. So you did it in phases. Did you start with Eleanor? Did y'all come together? Did y'all partner up as soon as you started the construction, or was it after you moved in?
No, it was even before construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of asked her if she'd meet me for coffee, and we kind of met up, and I kind of knew I'm really good friends with her sister and brother-in-law and your brother. She had been living in LA for about 15 years, and so anyway, she was coming back to Graham, and I was like, I have this idea, kind of bear with me, and showed her the property, and I think she got it pretty quick too. I mean, you kind of visualize what it could be as well.
So Eleanor, when somebody nowadays, a lot of people cannot conceive in their minds when they go to build a restaurant or a hotel, when something's a shell or not even there. A lot of people don't have that vision. So when he first talked to you, how did you feel about the vision, and what was your first perspective? Because you're coming from Los Angeles, which everything in the world happens out there.
Right.
So
you can find anything.
Yeah, you're in downtown Graham, Texas.
I was excited. I mean, I never really imagined moving back to Graham, I would be approached to do something I'd always wanted to do, right? It was kind of like, it's time to move home, but I didn't expect that the next part of being here would be this kind of a thing. So it was really exciting to me. And I could see it, and it was, there's nothing like it here. And once you hear how Matt pitches things, it's like you want to be a part of it, because Graham needed something this vibrant and different and interesting. And I know, growing up here, the people that are here, and where they travel, where they go to school, what they love to do, and I knew that they would flock to it.
Sure.
So that was exciting.
Now, Graham, off the subject, Graham's got the biggest square in America, correct?
Yeah.
Small town America.
Yes.
which I didn't know that until you told me that.
Yeah.
You would have thought me coming out here 5 years for the food truck. They would have told me that.
Yes.
Nobody told me that.
I think
Yes.
there's banners now.
There's been
Maybe.
banners. They promote it off and on, but it's the largest downtown square in the United States.
I think that is
Cool,
super
right?
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that is, and it's brick, you know.
Uh-huh.
And, I mean, it's just beautiful. And when nobody's there, you can really see how big it is.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
full of food trucks, but
Right.
Yes.
so you honed your culinary school. Did you go to culinary school?
I did, yes.
Okay.
In Los Angeles.
In Los, so you went to culinary school. You moved from Graham
Yes.
straight to Los Angeles. You didn't go anywhere in between.
No, I went to college. I went to TCU.
Okay, you went to TCU.
Yes.
Well, that's a great place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I was a theater major. We all left Fort Worth and went to LA.
So you were a theater major,
Yeah.
but then you moved to LA to go to culinary school.
Yeah, I went to culinary school out there.
How did that transpire?
I always loved to cook, and it was the way that I always hosted parties, and my parties were less about kegs and more about appetizers and desserts, and
Not
so
kind of party, but you got throwing some cocktails too.
no, there were cocktails. So I was out there trying to act and thought this is not for me at all, and decided to go to culinary school.
People think, I've been doing this now almost 15 years. I'm in the entertainment business. What I do, I'm in the food and drink business. But if I'm not entertaining, people aren't going to watch what we do.
Yeah.
So the entertainment business is extremely, extremely, extremely taxing, difficult.
Yes.
All people see is the shiny lights behind the cameras and the movies and the money. They don't see what goes into that, and it's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
Yeah. And I love the creativity in food.
Sure.
It was a way that I could tap into that part of myself, but in something that felt more authentic. So
You seem like you really enjoy doing it,
I do.
especially
I
by
really
the
do.
looks of your food, the presentation.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you very much.
I love beautiful presentations on food. I think
too.
I think it's a super part. I've always thought it was a big part of presentation of a culinary dish.
Absolutely.
Whether it's a $2 taco or a piece of pastry, if it doesn't look good, it's not going to taste good.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes, absolutely. And it means you didn't really execute it well.
No, you didn't.
Or put thought into
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So tell me about the building, the hotel. This has been here. Would you tell me 120 years? Am I remember right?
This building here was built in 1896, and so
1896.
it's kind of funny. So this building was actually built by her ancestors in 1896, and so it's kind of come full circle. Yes,
That's why I love doing my show.
Yes, no, it's
So
great.
your ancestors built this building in 1896.
and occupied it for probably 75 years or more.
For what? What was it occupied for?
He had a department, he had a store, one of the first general stores.
That is
in
cool.
town.
A general store. So a general
Yeah.
store back in those days sold everything.
Yes.
From
everything.
everything.
Yes.
When we remodeled this room right here, when we pulled off some of the sheetrock, there is old like menswear wallpaper that's in the back. There was a shoe rack that was built in
Yeah.
back there. I mean,
Because he expanded
Yeah.
and all of the businesses went to different parts of the square.
Sure.
But this was the menswear store for the longest amount of
Okay.
time.
Yeah.
And back then, when you expanded, you tried to do it as inexpensively as possible, so you could kind of keep and stay in your surroundings instead of
Yeah.
going up and going out. And
Yeah.
it's hard. That is so cool. So it was operated
cool.
75 years.
Yes, and then the
probably more than that, but I'm just.
the bigger department store was over 100 years old when they closed. Yeah.
So was it? So am I looking at it from the front to back? This building, the shotgun building,
exactly.
shotgun style building. So what on the courtyard? Because there's a beautiful courtyard. Was that the one that burned down?
that was the one that burnt down. Yes.
Okay, that's the courtyard.
Yes.
Yes.
Now we haven't told anybody this yet, but this is in this building, but it's a container hotel.
Yes. Yes.
Container hotel. Did you get that? So I think that is super cool. And when they told me container hotel, I thought it was one row containers.
No, we've double stacked them.
You
yeah.
double stacked it, but you also said you could go three.
We can't. Yeah, we have our special use permit allows us to do another story if we want to later on.
So take us. Was that part of the original idea?
Yes.
To have the containers.
Yes.
Okay. So how did you come up with that idea?
So there is a shipping container company in Graham,
Right.
And it was started by two people from Graham, and they've done really, really well. And so I got with them and started coming up with some designs to put in the rooms. We knew we wanted this. We just liked this space. We liked the way that these walls, all the exposed brick, and I kind of visualized this as a bar space and restaurant space. And so we wanted the courtyard to be developed into the rooms. It was an easy way. Also, we knew exactly how much it was going to cost. So
Right.
we had a budget. We knew we could get those done efficiently and economically.
And your budget wouldn't balloon.
It wouldn't
up.
balloon up.
Yeah.
It wouldn't get halfway through the project and it was, it's going to cost X amount of dollars more. And so we came in on budget. We broke ground on this whole project in July of last year. And by January, we had a 16-room boutique hotel.
Matt moves very quickly.
You have to, right?
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was, we built a lot of restaurants, and the ones that cost that we always overspent the most was the ones that were older, because sometimes you don't know what
You don't know what you're getting into.
You don't get what you get into.
Yeah.
So if you built the new part of the hotel outside, and you knew exactly what containers cost, you could stack it. It's just the whole thing would work fantastic.
In that courtyard, we wanted it to be Graham doesn't have an outdoor space.
Right.
There's no place for people to come and just have cocktails, have coffees, watch a football game, bring your dog and just listen to live music. And so we knew that that's what we wanted to do with that space. And we wanted the traffic going through there for people to go in and, coming in and out of their rooms. And it was just, it worked really well for what we wanted it to do.
The building the one that was next door, the one that burned down,
Yes.
has it already been cleared out, or did you have to clear that out?
No, it was already cleared out.
So it was just an open lot. Just an open lot. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So where did the name Middleton come from?
Middleton is my middle name.
Okay.
It's my mom's maiden name, so it's a
Okay.
family name. So.
Okay, and the dog?
The dog comes from, I don't know if it's true or not, but back in the 70s, there's my grandfather used to just pay people to tell him probably what he wanted to hear. And so there's a plantation in South Carolina called Middleton Place.
Right.
And my grandfather paid a genealogist back in the 70s, they didn't have, Ancestry.com.
Right.
So
Right.
Arthur Middleton signed the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
And so he traced our lineage back to that pre-revolutionary plantation in South Carolina. The dogs come from, there's a bunch of famous paintings of the fox hunts, and those hounds are from those paintings that are at that plantation from the fox hunts.
I'm a huge dog lover. I've always had lots of dogs, and I just think it's absolutely. I love the logo. I love the shirt that your daughter did on me. I just love. It's just fantastic. I think it's really cool.
We kind of sprinkled the dog in. We need to give it a name. It doesn't have a name, but we need to give it a name. But we sprinkled it in spots, and then art's a big theme here. So our T-shirts and all of our rooms have different artists, and so art's a big component of what we're doing here as well.
I was just fixing to get that because I remember you telling me, because I really like that art statue that was in the window.
Yeah,
I remember I tried to buy it from you that day.
Yes, that is the only piece of art. So that's a Jeffy Brewer piece that has some meaning for my wife's family, and so that's the only. I really like it. I think he's got a really cool art vibe, and so we put that in the window. But I called him the other day and said, "Hey man, you need to send me some small, different statues because I think we could sell
like 12 of them.
I think we sell a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of.
But
especially after people have a few cocktails.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'll take
Yes,
that.
I'll take it.
It's
Yeah.
not a bad concept.
Yes.
Here's a cocktail. Look at the art.
Yeah.
So tell me how the hotel construction went real quick to containers. You had to move them in. Did you move them in one at a time, or did they weld them somewhere else and drop them in with a crane? How did it work?
We had these all built off-site, and then we tied them in once they got here. So they were actually delivered and set in a day and a half. So we had a crew here setting them and putting them in, then welders putting everything together, and then MEP guys hooking everything up as they went along.
Right. And then each one is got a different scheme inside it, correct? The ones you showed
Yes,
me?
they all have different art. So they got high-end linens, high-end toiletries, custom robes, but we had 16 different artists in each room. There's a QR code, a stainless steel etched QR code, so you can access the artist bio and the different kind of art that artist has, and then how to commission a piece or buy the piece that's on the wall.
That is neat. When we get through, we're gonna in the B-roll, we're gonna on the show. We're gonna show people some of the rooms because I think it's really neat.
Yes.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, containers are water. Aren't the containers once they're shut, they're waterproof?
Yes, they come over from barges, so they're used for shipping all sorts of stuff.
After I left your hotel, I started researching containers. And then I went on a certain platform, which I'm not going to name, but there was a bunch of videos of them just falling off the ships.
Yeah.
I see them just tumbling. And one time I counted 60 just drop in the ocean, just floating off.
Yeah.
And then the next one was they showed them showing up at all these countries and then cutting them open and with the blow torches and taking everything that was out. And so that's how I knew I didn't know they were waterproof and floated until that time.
Yeah, they're almost indestructible. They're marine grade steel, they're Corten steel, they last a long time, and they're just really efficient. There's some hotels in Asia, and there's a really cool hotel in London called the Stowaway. But here in the United States, there's not too many shipping container hotels yet, but they're starting to gain some popularity for sure.
Okay, so let's switch gears to the cocktail program. Y'all have a really cool bar up front. Well, where'd the bar come from, by the way?
The bar we had made.
Okay.
The back piece came from my study. My wife told me she's redoing the study at our house, so the
Get it
bar
out.
back part, yeah, get it out. So,
Good man.
Yeah, we brought it up here, and it fit well with what we were doing.
Yeah.
And but the bar we had made.
Well, it blends in well. So
Yeah.
you have a fresh cocktail program, and last time I was here, I had some of them. How did your cocktail come? Do y'all change the drinks monthly, weekly? How's it work?
Seasonally.
Seasonally,
Yeah,
okay.
we like to kind of think of it in terms of when the freshness of what I can get changes, then we might change up what we're doing, or what I like to eat and drink in the summer is so different
Little
than what I
lighter.
like in the winter. So I have a couple of fantastic bartenders and one that has a ton of experience. He's actually from LA too, so it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
And we just kind of brainstorm and try new things, and we work with a great local wine shop who is they get all of my beer and liquor and wine for me, and they'll bring me a new liquor that I haven't tried, and then we come up with a cocktail for that. And it's just a lot of fun. It's really creative.
Do you have a favorite cocktail or alcohol you like to use in certain cocktails?
Our gin is probably my
Gin.
favorite. Yeah, I reach for gin most of the time. We have a really great kind of smooth, easy gin called Darnley's. And then our top shelf is Barkston, which has won some awards.
Because some gins are pretty harsh. I mean, they're pretty harsh.
Yeah, we have a few regulars that we've converted to gin
Okay.
with this one. They were
right.
kind of scared of gin before.
Yeah.
We're like, just give it a try, and they drink a lot of it now.
That's awesome. Do you use a lot of fruits and?
Yeah, we make all of our own syrups, fresh juice. We juice everything daily. So everything's really fresh, and we make all of our own syrups and tinctures and cordials, and we have a lot of fun with it.
Awesome. And is there a cocktail named after you?
Ha!
Is there a cocktail named after you?
Yes.
I would loosely call it a cocktail.
Loosely.
It's the least cocktail. Like, she didn't even really want me to do it. I was like, this is what I'm doing. But each one of the partners has a signature cocktail
Sure.
and mine's the Montana Suitcase. So it's
Montana Suitcase.
Yeah.
it is Prosecco on ice served in a styrofoam cup.
That's the one. That's the
Oh,
one.
I see why you're saying that.
Yeah,
Loosely
I mean,
cocktail.
I don't know that I would call it a cocktail.
It's not. It's just.
I think Jenna likes it. Jenna had it last time. I think she likes it.
it's good stuff. Yeah.
It is a good summer drink.
It's a good summer drink.
I'm not saying
yes.
it isn't.
Yes, it is.
That'd be a good oneer for me.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Get the flavor down.
Yeah.
So the culinary program. Do you base your your new dishes off travels, off of what you see, off what you've done? How do
I
you
think
do
a
that?
lot of it is travels, and then living in California as long as I did, I think a lot of my inspiration comes from places I've eaten there, or been, or people I worked with. And we wanted it, we don't have a full menu in terms of like, here's a dinner where you're gonna order appetizers and sides and an entree with a knife and fork, because it's a bar and it's
Sure.
a lounge, and we
Right.
wanted the food to kind of be something you could sit and eat with your hands, and not need a plate or forks, and just kind of share it. So almost tapas style.
Sure.
So I wanted it to be an elevated bar food. So we kind of just started there, and I started thinking of different ways I like to snack. And
I love to snack.
right?
I'm a
And everybody
snacker.
likes to
My
snack.
dad used to call me
Yeah.
a Munchosaurus when I was younger.
Yeah.
Are your pastries, what goes better? Have you noticed, do pastries go better than the regular bar food, or is it a mix, or?
I think it's pretty split down the middle, especially because we have, the hours are so separate, and so we just switch everything over from pastries to bar, and then we always bring a cake stand full of pastries into the bar when we close the coffee shop.
Sure.
And that's fun because people are always looking to see what is there today
is
at
there
night.
It's
after
funny.
they
We
kind
have
of
customers that we'll see in the morning getting their coffee and pastry, and then we'll see them in the afternoon or in the evenings drinking their cocktail and their,
yeah.
kind of their nightcap. Yeah. So
That's awesome.
It's kind of, and they'll, hey, we're here too much. We're here too much. Well, no, you're here. You're not here
No,
enough.
please,
Please keep coming.
please keep coming.
You don't hear
But
too
it's-
much.
But
Keep
it's
coming
we have a
back.
we have a lot of customers that you see in the morning and the
Yeah.
evening. So
You want to offer them,
Yeah.
a variety of experiences, and
You
I
wanna
think
offer
that's what
them
we.
a reason to come back to
Yeah.
the Middleton Hotel
Yes.
and
Yes.
the Middle Sisters.
Yes.
So you have live music too,
live music every Friday and Saturday.
Friday and Saturday,
Yep.
all day long?
Today we're having it all day long as
Sure,
a food truck.
sure.
usually just depending on the weather and kind of what, but we have a 3-hour set sometime on Friday and Saturday. Fridays, it's always in the evenings. And then Saturdays, we kind of alternate between the afternoons and the evenings.
Is your music alternate between jazz and country and stuff, or is it all?
Just all kind of, everything across the board. We've had jazz singers, we've had country, we've had some pop guys. I was talking to a guy last night that wants to come. He's a fiddle player and we haven't done that yet. So we're open to any kind of music genre.
I love fiddles.
Yeah.
We
We haven't had it, and it's something different. And I always want to do something different that you might not have heard somewhere else. And so we're always trying to look for something like that.
I saw a musician one time. They said, what's the difference between a fiddle and a violin? He said, the twang.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So this beautiful wall behind me, I love,
Yes.
especially old architecture. And I was telling Chris earlier, all the restaurants and stuff we visit, all the places we visit all over the country, a lot of people try to emulate these walls now and make them look that way, but you cannot emulate that unless it's been that.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you showed me that, was that a video you showed me?
Yes.
So I may want to include that in the show.
I'll send it over
super
to you for sure.
But you knocked off. How many layers y'all knock off the wall?
You can see kind of the top part of the plaster that was on the original plaster, and so we shaved it off and made it uniform throughout the whole wall, and it was 2 inches thick, some of that plaster.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And that's back. They don't even do that. They don't make things. Now it's so funny. Jen and I talk. We see all these apartment buildings go up, or even homes, townhomes, regular homes. They go up like that. Used to, when they built homes, you couldn't hear between the walls. You couldn't hear outside. Now you can hear 3 doors down sometimes. These townhomes and these hotels. It's crazy. Different construction. So when you see something like this, like they would never use bricks, or anything plaster anymore on walls. And I remember growing up, our house was all plaster walls.
Yes, so's mine.
Yeah, it's just a different age.
Yeah.
Quick, easy, and fast.
Yes.
They want and profitable.
Right.
So what's your favorite thing since you've been open now? You've been open a year.
We've been open about 6 months. Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
So when I came out here the first time, I just hit the.
We had just opened up. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
we kind of had our soft openings in December.
Well, for the bar.
For the bar.
Yeah.
The hotel hadn't been opened yet.
Yeah, or the car.
And then we kind of got going with the hotel in January, February. Yeah.
See, I thought you were a seasoned hotel owner, man.
Oh,
you pitched me a good one there.
Yes. No, so we're relatively new into this venture, and it's been really, Graham has supported us really, really well, and then we've gotten people from all over the country stay here, which has been great.
The board of Visit Graham is absolutely fantastic. They as far as small towns go, they really hump it. They really do.
Yeah, they do.
So tell me, what is your favorite thing that you've been up a little bit? What's your favorite thing about owning the hotel?
I think having people come in and enjoy it. I think that we wanted to create a world that was different, that people could come in and invite them in, and you just kind of hope when you're building that world that people enjoy it. And so it's been really fun to have people come in that love what we're doing, love our concepts, and just building it was a lot of fun. Every project has hurdles and some stress level, but this was it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Did anybody in your family or your wife or anybody, when you said you wanted a hotel, look at you like you were crazy?
Yes.
All of them?
All of them. When I got hit with this idea, I couldn't get it out of my head, and I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to figure out how to do this. And my wife was like, calm down. Let's think about
the voice of reason.
Yes, this is a big step. Like, you've never done this before. And I was like, I'm going to do it. Like, I think this is what I need to do. It's what I really want to do. And it's something I'm passionate about. And I think when you have passion for something, I think you got to pursue it, and you learn from it and you build on it. And that's what we did here.
Well, honestly. So was this your first forte in your own business, or did you?
I've had just private chef catering, that kind of stuff. This is the first brick and mortar, full scale.
Okay.
First bar.
And how have you adjusted? Have you had to overcome lots of obstacles, or has it been okay?
Oh yeah.
Zero obstacles. She had no obstacles at all.
Restaurants. It's so simple.
The smoothest thing you've ever done.
It's so easy.
Yeah, 50 a day clothes in America. Yeah.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
But I've always liked working in food. If I'm at a party, I will gravitate toward the kitchen. I'd rather be in the kitchen than talking to people. You know, I'm just better. I'm better there.
Sure.
And I
It's
don't.
where you're comfortable.
Yeah, it's where I'm comfortable, and I love the energy. I have a fantastic staff. I really have loved getting to know them and work with them, and introduce people to new foods, new ideas, new ways. You know, teach people pastry. It's really fun for me. I like that part of it. I like being able to teach people. So that's
What
fun.
is your most favorite thing? If you had to pick out one thing, being here at the hotel, what's your most favorite thing?
People. I mean,
People,
from the
okay.
staff to the customers. You know, we spent so much time in LA, and coming home was rare and short. But a lot of these people I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
Or I grew up with their kids, and they grew up with my parents, and my grandmother grew up with their parent. You know, like, so there's generational families here. So when I see them come in, it's really fun. It's really fun for me to be able to serve people. Like
I will
that.
tell you what I thought about since the first time I came out here. When I knew y'all were doing this deal and I left, my mind always goes crazy. But you bring, with this project and the culinary and the hotel and everything, you bring some culture that a lot of people would never be able to see. They're not going to get. They're not going to go to LA. They're not going to go to San Francisco. They're not going to go to Miami. So your artwork, your hotel, your culinary, your cocktails is something people can experience. That a lot of them, a big portion, will not get to experience in their life. So I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what
That's
been
what we
really
wanted.
fun.
Yes,
Right.
that's what's been great, is offering something that you didn't, before we got this going, it wasn't available. So that's been a lot of fun.
And making people try craft beer. That's my other
Yeah.
favorite
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we have craft beers, and you know, people came in that didn't know what a lot of these cocktails were, and now they have favorite ones, and they have seasonally favorite ones, and you know, we have people all the time. I came in for 2 drinks and I had 4. Like, you know, it's just, and they want to try everything.
There was a hotel guest that came in last Monday when I was having a meeting with Gabe, and we're closed on Monday evenings. And he opened the door and he just said, "Are you closed today?" And I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, we are." And he had stayed a few weeks ago, or in March. He stayed in March. Anyway, and he was like, I drove from Houston. He was going to Hazel or somewhere for a meeting, and he was like, "But I detoured to Graham to get
I
that
didn't know this.
cocktail
Yeah.
to get the bouquet." I'm serious, and I was
really?
like, "I'm so sorry."
I
But I like that you were like, you know what, I've got to have that
Yes,
cocktail
That
again.
needs to be a tagline. People will
Yes.
detour
People
their
will
trip
detour
to come
to
to the
Graham.
middle.
Yes. We've had a hotel guest that, you know, came in just because it was the only hotel available, and we're trying to build our brand, but they didn't really know what to expect. And now they've come back multiple weekends. And she was out of town one day, and I was lurking, I guess, around, and we had a customer come in and give all of her staff a $100 bill just because they were so impressed with the way that she executed the cocktails and the menu, and they've been back multiple times. But it was cool to see somebody appreciate what we're doing so much to like walk around and give every staff member a $100 bill.
That's awesome.
So it's cool. Yeah.
But this place also too, it's not just the place. It's easy to get to. It's affordable.
Yeah.
You don't have to travel outside the state.
Right.
And you can have a culinary experiences and cocktails without paying $5,000 for dinner.
Right, exactly.
And I'm being a little bit over.
No, but it's true. We want it to be accessible.
Yes.
It
Sure.
needs to be something that, and not only for people that are traveling to Graham, but we want it to be for our community as well.
Right.
Like I want the people that live here to be able to enjoy it too. And so that's been really important to both of us.
Yeah.
And bring people to our square.
Right.
Introduce them to the other restaurants on the square, the boutiques that we have that are fantastic.
The library you have that's fantastic.
Yeah,
Pratt's
the
Books.
Pratt's
I mean, Pratt's Books is.
But we're always all sending each
I
other.
like her.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She'll send people over here. We'll send guests over there. Graham Wines is another one. Such Grace is in here a lot. We send customers there. These pillows. Our community helped build this whole property.
For sure.
And I would say probably 80% or 90% of everything that we did was labor and materials came from Graham or Young County. So
That's so awesome.
that was important too.
It's awesome. So Middleton Hotel on the biggest small town square in America.
Yes.
I guess it's a small town, so I guess
It
that's
is
how
a
you
small
build it.
town.
The
Yeah.
largest downtown square in the United States.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I appreciate y'all so much for having this interview with me. I can't wait for them to get it all
thank you
produced
for having
and get
us.
it done.
Thank
and we're going
you.
to show people. We're going to show people some of the food, some of the light bites, and a couple of the rooms.
Yeah.
And then how you can also come in, purchase artwork, and come and have cocktails. If they want to, it's Middleton. What's your email? Your website?
HotelMiddleton.com.
HotelMiddleton.com.
Yes.
And email, is it like info@Middleton Hotel?
ATHHotelGroup@gmail.com.
ATH@gmail.com. Okay, so we'll put all that on the screen.
Please do.
Again, thank y'all so much.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
We did too.
appreciate
Thank
it. This was
you.
great.
You bet.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, I'm Trey Chapman, publisher of Trey'sChowdown.com. I'm passionate about finding the best food, drinks, and chefs and sharing it all with you. I should know I have over 5 decades of food experience. Find me on any podcast platform, Facebook Live, or just Google me. Now you can watch and listen to all my great finds every week on my live TV and radio podcast at Trey's Chowdown Live. Welcome to the River Ranch Stockyards Event Center in Fort Worth, Texas. Events, weddings, corporate events, parties, you name it, River Ranch Stockyards can do it all. Check them out, riverranchstockyards.com. A proud partner of Trey's Chowdown and Trey's Chowdown Live. Hope to see you at the table soon. Adios.